Hi, welcome to ritzyventurez and welcome to episode 2 of my Azerbaijan series. Do check the previous episode to find out how my friend and I traveled from Bangalore to Baku, what all we explored on day 1 of our Baku trip. The link of the episode is on the top right hand corner, and before we proceed further, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Welcome to day 2 of my Baku trip. After a sumptuous breakfast in the restaurant, my friend and I left for the day in the bus for a day full of sightseeings.
Today we are going to Yanar Dag.
We would also be going to Ateshgah and Baku Boulevard. Let's go. While I am on my way to Yanar Dag, let me tell you a few interesting facts about Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is known as the land of fire because of its large oil and natural gas reserves. 95% of its GDP comes from oil. Did you know that Azerbaijan is the first Muslim majority country where women were granted voting rights? Population of Azerbaijan is around 10.2 million, while the population of Baku is around 2 million. While Islam is the majority religion in Azerbaijan, it is a secular country. Azerbaijan has 713 kilometers of coastline along the Caspian Sea. But Caspian Sea is not a sea. It is the world's largest inland body of water, described as the world's largest lake. Right now we are crossing National Gymnastic Arena, and next to it is the Bravo hypermarket. This is National Assembly, what we call Parliament in India. This is a unicameral legislature of 125 members. First election was held in 1995 and the last in September this year. Coming up is Azarsu Tower, responsible for water supply and sanitation in Baku. This is Sport Baku Towers. This is a high-rise building. It is designed by Chapman Taylor Architects and owned by Pasa Construction. Look at the unique structure of Soccer Tower. Soccer stands for State Oil Company of Azerbaijan Republic. This has got 40 floors and designed by Hirim Architects and Planners. Is Heydar Aliyev Museum, one of the iconic architecture of Baku. I have covered this in detail in the first episode. To know more about it, click on the link above. It is said that Azerbaijan has 7 billion barrels of oil reserve. We are crossing oil wells. Did you know that Baku was the world's first oil town? The wells were dug in the 1840s, followed by refineries from 1859. Back in the day, factories and houses were found covered with soot from the oil that was extracted and refined by the shores of the Caspian Sea. Not anymore. In the last 2 decades, an intensive cleaning operation has been launched. We have reached Yanar Dag. center. Yanar Dag is located on a hillside on the Absaran Peninsula on the Caspian Sea. Yanar Dag is also known as the Burning Mountain because the fire here blazes continuously. The reason for the fire is the hydrocarbon gases emanating from below the Earth's surface. The flames can go up to 3 meters and the temperature of the flames can reach up to 1000 degrees Celsius, making it one of the hottest natural flames on earth. Yes, you definitely feel the heat when you are close to the fire. These fires have been burning since ancient times. How do we know? Firstly, there are fire temples of a few thousand years ago. Secondly, Marco Polo wrote about these many natural fires on his travels around 700 years ago. These flames provide a unique glimpse into ancient Zoroastrian tradition, where fire is a symbol of truth, wisdom, inspiration, and change. I've climbed up a flight of steps. So the Yanar Dag State Historical, Cultural and Natural Reserve, as this is known today, was opened in 2007. Let me give you a panoramic view of the place from the top. Look closely, you will see coins in the fire. People throw coins believing it to be a harbinger of good luck, but this is purely a superstition. Entrance ticket to Yanar Dag is around 9 manat, but if you take a Yanar Dag and Ateshgah combo ticket, it will come to around 11 manat, which is around 550 rupees. So go for a combo ticket, please. Done with Yanar Dag now and going back to our bus to go to Ateshgah. I am outside Ateshgah Fire Temple now. This is a medieval place of worship which is holy to Zoroastrian as well as Hindus and Sikhs. This place is located at Surakhani, which in Tat language means hole with the fountain. Tat is a form of Persian spoken by the Tat people around the Caspian Sea. This place is located around 30 kilometers from Baku. Inside this temple complex, you have a fire temple, monastic cells, as well as places for visitors to stay. In 2007, Ateshgah was declared a state historical reserve by decree of the President of Azerbaijan. Now let's enter the fire temple. This is the map of this place. The structure is similar to a caravanserai or an inn. It is designed as a closed pentagon with a central courtyard. In the middle of the courtyard is a quadrangular rotunda which has the eternal flame burning in it. This is the main shrine. Atesh means fire in Persian and Ga means bed. So Ateshgah means a bed of fire. The reason behind the natural fires was a natural gas field underneath. Flame used to burn naturally till 1969, till rampant gas extraction by the Soviet emptied the reserve. Now the fire that you see here is fed from a gas pipeline that comes all the way from Baku. It's our tour guide Sara.
In that cell, you will see those paintings and the miniature form of Ateshgah. Also, you will see some photos before restoration and after restoration.
Zoroastrians were the primary worshippers at this site. This region was at that time a part of the Persian Empire under Sassanian dynasty before its fall to Islamic invasion in the 7th century. Zoroastrians believed that fire represents purity and divine truth, and thus they built fire altars in places like Ateshgah to honor these eternal flames. As the region came under the influence of Islam, many Zoroastrians fled this place to seek refuge in countries like India, where they are today known as the Parsis. Construction of the temple as it stands today began after the Hindus arrived, which is sometime in the late 17th or 18th century. The Hindus arrived because of trade. The region fell along the Silk Route. The earliest part of the construction dates back to 1713, and during the 18th century, monastic cells and a caravanserai were added to the temple complex. There are 14 Sanskrit, 2 Punjabi and 1 Persian inscription in Ateshgah temple. On this side of the rotunda is a Sanskrit inscription. Ateshgah as a place of worship existed till 1880. The site has become a museum now. Ateshgah was listed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1998. This temple has 24 cells and each cell represents different faiths and beliefs. The cells were meant for pilgrims to stay. Just above the entrance is a traditional guest room or balakhane. The cells have no windows. The small doors ensure that people bend and bow their heads before fire. All doors come with an inscription. The one without one meant the inscriptions have been taken away later on. One of the Sanskrit inscription mentions Lord Ganesha while the other is an invocation to Lord Shiva. The inscription mentioning Lord Shiva has motifs of sun and swastika. This is the oil room. The pictures tell you how crude oil was pumped out of everywhere from this place. This is in Gurumukhi, in which Guru Granth Sahib is written. This is the Mool Mantra of Guru Granth Sahib. These 6 divine blessings from Guru Nanak, the founder of the Sikh faith. It is believed that Guru Nanak had visited here while on his way back from Saudi Arabia. This is written in Gurumukhi, but interestingly, inside you have Ganapati idols. This cell is dedicated to Zoroastrianism. These were some of the artifacts that the Zoroastrians used to use. And on the other side, you will see this robe that Zoroastrians used to wear. On the wall is the symbol of Faravar, which signifies Zoroastrianism. And this tapestry tells us to have good thoughts, good words and good deeds, and a reminder to live a good and virtuous life. Zoroastrianism has not completely disappeared from Azerbaijan. Navroz, the Parsi New Year, is still the main holiday of Azerbaijan. This cell shows the evolution of the temple through the passage of time through these peaks. That's me sweating profusely but enjoying this unique museum which used to be a temple before. Okay, this is an old picture of Yanar Dag which I went in the morning. This is bronze age artist, and this picture shows a statue of Ganpati which is to be here. It's the main symbol of Zoroastrianism. Those are porcelain artifacts used back in the day. These show some jars and some kitchen equipments which were used here. This is a replica of the main shrine, and on the right side you can see how travelers have congregated around the fire. Now let me show you some old pictures of the main shrine. It shows some trading going on by merchants. This side they have created a stable. This shows how ascetics in the earlier days punished themselves if they believed they did something wrong. This shows a kind of life that they led. This shows some rituals being performed. Next cell shows a man making something with pomegranate. Pomegranate back in the day as it is today is a significant fruit in Azerbaijan. Now let me enter the Ganpati cell where I can hear Ganpati mantra being chanted continuously. The oldest part of the temple, the eternal flame used to burn here once upon a time till it was shifted to the middle of the courtyard. This side we have an armor. On the opposite side there are some old pictures of the maiden tower that we saw in Icheri Shahar. In 1858, French novelist Alexander Dumas visited the Caucasus and he recounted his 9-month travel experience including visiting Fire Temple in his travel in the Caucasus, which was published the following year. I am outside the temple complex now. I was so moved to see a temple that is revered by Zoroastrians, Hindus as well as Sikhs in a Muslim populated country. These used to be rooms for travelers who used to come here. Now they have been converted to cafes, restaurants as well as souvenir shops. Let me take you to one of the souvenir shops. We are now going to grab some lunch. That's the restaurant where we are going to have our food. And that's my lunch. The food was quite delicious. Post lunch and some relaxation, we are at the Baku Boulevard. Enter the subway and go to the boulevard. I can hear a very soulful song. Is Azerbaijan Carpet Museum. Look at the unique structure. It looks like a rolled up carpet. Opened in 2014, it displays carpets and rugs with historical as well as modern weaving techniques and material. The brain behind this is Austrian architect Franz Jans. This charming canal is known as Little Venice or Mini Venice, and much like Venice, this offers gondola rides. This is on the left side of the Carpet Museum. Another pomegranate tree. As I have shared before, pomegranate is the king of fruits in Azerbaijan. That's the iconic Deniz Mall. That's the beautiful Caspian Sea. I am inside Deniz Mall now. Let's just look around. Don't forget to watch the musical fountain if you're here in the evening. What a captivating light show that was. Now we are back at the boulevard waiting for the bus to take us back to the hotel. The flame towers is a sight to behold at night due to the scintillating laser show. And with that, it's end of episode 2 of my Azerbaijan series. Please write to me in the comment section if you have any query related to this episode. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you soon in the next episode.